A tale about the Garden of Thoughts. There once was a world where dreams and reality came together. It was a mystical place known as the Garden of Thoughts. This wonderful garden was hidden from ordinary sight, lying within the folds of time and space. It was said that the garden was a place where consciousness blossomed like delicate flowers, with every thought adding a petal to the fabric of reality. In the heart of the garden stood the tree of reflection with its branches reaching out to the sky and its roots firmly planted in the mystical soil. A man named Elden sat at the base of this beautiful tree. He was a sage whose eyes carried the wisdom of countless ages, the guardian of the Garden of Thoughts. Elden had spent decades nurturing the thoughts that blossomed in the garden. Every thought, no matter how fleeting or deep, found a home in this place of safety. The garden was a collection of memories, dreams, anxieties, and wishes, all intertwined into a living, breathing mosaic of consciousness. One day, when Elden sat beneath the tree of reflection, some blossoms quickly revealed their seeds. They radiated a mysterious light, vibrating with the energy of a newly formed idea. Elden took the seeds in his hands and cherished it. He saw that this were no ordinary thoughts, it was seed with enormous potential. It was seed that had the power to transform the fundamental framework of the garden. Elden planted the seed, with care and devotion, in fertile soil. He watched as rays of light sprouted from the seed, weaving themselves into the beautiful patterns of the garden. Within a short time, a new tree emerged, its leaves gleaming with a golden brightness. The fruits of this tree, known as the tree of self-awareness, included the essential elements of reflection. As the fruits ripened, they released a scent that filled the entire garden. Those who lived in the garden, ethereal creatures formed of pure consciousness, assembled around the tree of self-awareness to benefit from its wisdom. Aria, a curious soul, was one of the residents. She could not resist the temptation to taste the wisdom that was contained in the golden fruits of the new tree. As she bit into the fruit, waves of self-awareness flooded over her, and she viewed the garden in a new perspective. Aria, spoke a gentle voice beside her. It was Elden, the wise guardian, his eyes twinkling with a knowing light. The tree of self-awareness has opened a new chapter in the story of our garden. You, my dear, are now part of this unfolding tale. Aria's consciousness expanded, and she realized that she was not merely an observer but a participant in the grand tapestry of thoughts. She could shape the garden with her intentions, and her thoughts could change the fundamental structure of reality in this world. Aria discovered in her newfound awareness a door hidden behind the garden's lush greenery. It was a doorway leading to the abyss of forgotten thoughts, a place where the sounds of dreams and thoughts were stored resounded. Curious, Aria opened the door and went into the abyss. Aria went into the abyss and found pieces of thoughts that the garden's residents had forgotten. These forgotten thoughts manifested as spirits wanting to be recognized. Aria could feel the weight of their longing, and a deep empathy welled up within her. Dreamer, will you remember us? A soft, echoing thought from among the forgotten ones whispered. Aria started weaving these forgotten thoughts into the garden's tapestry, determined to bring them back into the light. Thoughts that had been abandoned too quickly were given new life by her tender nurturing. The entire garden of thoughts transformed as she was doing this. The tree of reflection shined with refreshed radiance, and the other trees in the garden responded with a colorful symphony. Once separated by the limitations of their thoughts, the ethereal beings started to unite in a dance of shared consciousness. A peaceful energy started to vibrate through the garden itself. The residents of the garden became aware of Aria's journey and the development of the garden. Elden, the wise guardian, approached her with a smile that held the warmth of 1,000 suns. Aria, he said, you have unlocked the true potential of this sacred place. The Garden of Thoughts is not just a reflection of individual consciousness but a collective tapestry where every thought, no matter how small, contributes to the beauty of existence. Aria, humbled by the realization of her impact, continued to explore the garden. She could sense the connections between all thoughts with every step, as if consciousness was weaving a story that went beyond personal narratives. The garden had transformed into a living reminder of the power of self-awareness and the beauty of accepting all thoughts, even those that had been forgotten. Aria continued her exploration and maintained the garden with love and devotion as time flowed differently in this wonderful environment. The tree of self-awareness continued to grow golden fruits, and the ethereal beings danced in a never-ending celebration of collective consciousness. And so the tree of reflection stood tall in the center of the garden of thoughts, its branches extending to the limitless field of possibilities. Elden, the guardian, kept an eye on the constantly changing fabric of consciousness. He was well aware that the journey towards consciousness was an eternal adventure, with each thought a seed waiting to bloom in the great garden of existence. A great way to start your journey towards consciousness is the practice of meditation. You can visit the link in the description for additional information on meditation. Thanks for watching.